My friend, you were never meant to live in lack. You were not designed to struggle, to worry, or to chase after what is already yours by divine right. There is a law eternal, invisible, unbreakable that governs the flow of all abundance. And when you align with that law, money does not run from you. It runs to you. For most of life, people pray as beggars, not creators. They cry out, "Please give me money," and wonder why nothing happens. But the universe does not answer pleading, it answers knowing. There is one prayer that opens the floodgates of money, and it begins not with asking, but with declaring. The moment you declare, "I am one with the infinite supply," money flows to me freely, endlessly, and in perfect ways. The gears of the universe begin to turn in your favor, for faith spoken aloud is not mere sound, it is the language of creation. When you say, "I am rich in mind, therefore rich in manifestation," your subconscious begins to reorganize the entire fabric of your reality to match that truth. The prayer is not about words alone, it is the vibration behind them. When fear whispers, "What if I lose it all?" faith must thunder back, "All that is mine by divine right cannot be lost." When lack says, "You don't have enough," your spirit must reply, "The universe is unlimited, and so am I." The floodgates of money open when you stop treating money as your master and recognize it as your servant, a tool of divine expression, rushing to serve those who walk in faith. There is no struggle in divine supply. Flowers do not strain to bloom, nor rivers force themselves to flow. In the same way, when your heart is aligned with divine law, your prosperity blooms naturally. The secret code is this: you already have it. Money, opportunities, and success exist now in the unseen realm, waiting for your belief to call them forth. When you affirm, "I am the channel through which infinite riches flow," you declare your rightful place in the great economy of spirit. And the moment you give thanks before the money appears, before the opportunity shows up, you set in motion the law of multiplication. Gratitude is the key that keeps the floodgates open. The thankful heart can never experience poverty. Every time you think of lack, replace it instantly with praise. "Thank you, Infinite Spirit, that money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am supplied, guided, and prosperous beyond measure." That is the prayer. Simple, powerful, eternal, it does not beg. It commands through love and faith. Speak it daily, not as repetition, but as revelation. Feel its truth vibrating in every cell. Picture money as light flowing like a golden river into your hands, your home, your heart, and out again to bless the world. You are not here to scrape by. You are here to overflow. The universe loves a giver, and the one who gives freely receives freely. The law of circulation ensures that what you release returns multiplied. And when you stand firm in your divine authority, when you believe without wavering, when you act from inspiration and not desperation, the floodgates open. Not trickles floodgates, money flows, ideas flow. Opportunities pour in from every direction. Doors you never noticed begin to open. And through it all, you realize it was never the prayer that changed things. It was you aligning with your infinite power. So speak this prayer not with hope, but with certainty. I am one with infinite substance. I am the child of an unlimited source. Money comes to me in perfect ways. Nothing can hinder my divine supply. I give thanks that the floodgates are open now. Let these words be your decree. Let your faith be the magnet. Let your gratitude be the current that carries you into overflow. And when you walk in that vibration of divine wealth, you will find the universe was never withholding money from you. It was waiting for you to open the floodgates within yourself. Money is not earned by struggle alone. It is magnetized through alignment with divine law. When one's thoughts and words harmonize with faith, abundance becomes inevitable. To understand this truth, you must step beyond the narrow idea that money is something hard to gain, something fought for, or something reserved for a few fortunate souls. Money, like air, like light, like love, exists in infinite supply. It is the visible expression of an invisible current, a spiritual energy that flows through the universe without end. Those who align themselves with this current draw prosperity as effortlessly as the flower draws sunlight. The struggle begins only when one moves against that current, believing in lack, fear, or separation from the divine source that provides all. To live in harmony with divine law is to realize that abundance is not something to chase but something to allow. Every law in the universe works in perfect balance: gravity, growth, rhythm, attraction. These laws do not favor one person over another. They respond to vibration. The law of supply and prosperity functions in the same way. It does not respond to effort or complaint, but to the energy of belief and expectation. When your inner world is aligned with faith, your outer world mirrors it in the form of wealth, ideas, opportunities, and resources. Money, then, is not a result of labor alone. It is a reflection of consciousness. Many people work harder than ever before and yet feel trapped in limitation. They rise early, toil through the day, plan, push, and strive, but their struggle seems endless. Why? Because they are working in the outer world while neglecting the inner one. Their hands labor, but their hearts are bound by fear and disbelief. The divine law cannot contradict the energy of their own words and thoughts. If they constantly say, "I can't afford it," or "I never have enough," they declare lack into being. The universe, ever obedient, simply mirrors their decree. But the moment they change the command, when they say, "I am provided for," "I am one with infinite abundance," the energy shifts. Supply begins to flow again, just as water returns to its natural course once an obstruction is removed. Money is magnetized, not manufactured. The magnetism comes from your consciousness. When you hold thoughts of wealth, gratitude, generosity, and trust, you generate a field that attracts resources, people, and ideas of like vibration. This is why two people in the same circumstances can experience entirely different realities. One may live in anxiety and scarcity, while the other thrives in peace and prosperity. The difference lies not in opportunity, but in alignment. One operates from fear, the other from faith. Faith is not a weak hope or wish. It is the knowing that divine law is exact. Just as you do not doubt that the sun will rise, you must not doubt that abundance is your birthright. Faith is the frequency that activates divine supply. The law is always ready, waiting only for your belief to unlock it. When your thoughts and words harmonize with that belief, your life becomes a channel for abundance to flow through effortlessly. Money flows toward faith the way metal flows toward a magnet. Think of the farmer who plants seeds in the soil. He does not stand over the ground in panic, begging the earth to yield. He knows that once the seeds are planted, the law of growth will take its course. He trusts the process and gives thanks in advance for the harvest he cannot yet see. In the same way, your faith-filled words are seeds. When you speak words of abundance, "I am blessed, I am prospered, I am surrounded by opportunity," you plant divine ideas into the soil of the universe. In time, these words take form as the money, success, and happiness you desire. But if you plant seeds of fear, doubt, and worry, the harvest can only reflect that. The divine law is impartial. It gives to each according to their belief. To align with divine law is to surrender the illusion of control. You do not need to force results. You do not need to chase opportunities. You need only to hold unwavering faith that the right opportunities, the right resources, and the right timing are already orchestrated in your favor. The law of prosperity is self-fulfilling. When you affirm it, it proves itself. When you deny it, it still proves itself by mirroring lack. Many imagine money as something separate from spirituality, as though wealth belongs to the material world and faith belongs to the sacred. Yet the divine law knows no such division. Spirit expresses itself through form. Money, health, relationships, all are channels through which divine energy manifests. To deny money as divine expression is to deny one of the ways Spirit blesses creation. The key is to see money not as a master but as a messenger. It comes to serve purpose, to circulate, to expand good. When you align your intention with love, gratitude, and service, money becomes magnetized to you, for divine law supports all that uplifts and harmonizes life. The person who lives in harmony with divine law never fears the loss of money, because they understand that supply does not come from an employer, an investment, or an economy. It comes from the infinite source within. Jobs, clients, and ventures are merely channels through which that source expresses itself. The channels may change, but the source is constant. When one door closes, another opens, because the law cannot fail. As long as faith remains unshaken, abundance remains secure. You are not rewarded by divine law for hard work. You are rewarded for right alignment. Effort is necessary in the physical world, but effort alone without faith is like rowing against the current. You may move, but you exhaust yourself. Faith turns the current in your favor. Then the same effort, guided by intuition, becomes effortless. Inspired action, not anxious toil, brings results swiftly and peacefully. Money magnetized through divine law carries a different energy than money gained through fear or competition. It feels pure, free, and joyful. It multiplies naturally and blesses all who touch it. This is because it was created in harmony with truth. It flows without struggle and returns without loss. Such prosperity cannot be taken away, for it is founded in spiritual principle, not chance or luck. When one understands this, fear of lack dissolves. Anxiety about the future vanishes. You realize that the same power that gives life to the stars, that paints the dawn, that orchestrates the tides, that same power flows through you as supply. You are the living expression of divine abundance. Every word you speak is a decree to that power. Every thought you hold either opens or blocks the flow. Choose words of wealth. Choose thoughts of plenty. Choose faith over fear, praise over complaint, gratitude over grasping. There is no greater work than aligning thought and speech with faith. It is the key to every door, the solution to every problem. When one's consciousness is clear, calm, and confident, all outer circumstances begin to shift to match that inner order. Money arrives in unexpected ways. People appear at perfect times. What once felt impossible unfolds with ease. You begin to realize that life has always wanted to bless you. You only needed to get in harmony with its rhythm. So remember, money is not earned by struggle. It is magnetized by alignment. When your thoughts are filled with faith, when your words carry conviction, when your heart overflows with gratitude, abundance is inevitable. Divine law cannot fail, it can only fulfill. The moment you trust in its certainty, the invisible hand of supply moves into action. You may not see it immediately, but you will feel it, that calm assurance, that inner knowing that all is well. And soon the outer evidence will appear just as surely as dawn follows night. Money will flow, opportunities will multiply, and peace will reign, not because you fought for it, but because you finally aligned with the divine law that governs all creation. Every word spoken in conviction becomes a seed of manifestation. Fearful speech brings lack, while words of faith open invisible doors to prosperity. The spoken word is not a mere sound vibrating in the air. It is the instrument through which thought becomes form. Every word you utter carries within it the energy of creation. It is either charged with faith or filled with fear, and the universe, ever obedient, mirrors back the vibration it receives. When you speak with conviction, the unseen forces of life rush to align themselves with your decree. When you speak with doubt, they scatter and withhold their blessings. The law is exact: as you speak, so it is done unto you. Most people speak carelessly, unaware that each word they cast is a living seed. They talk of debt, of struggle, of limitation, and then wonder why these conditions appear so persistently in their lives. The tongue, though small, directs the ship of destiny. Words create images, and images create experience. If your words continually dwell on lack, your mind builds a world that confirms it. But when your words are rooted in faith, firm, joyful, Unwavering, your life must rearrange itself to reflect that power. There is a difference between casual wishing and spiritual declaration. A wish says, I hope, while a declaration says, I know. The universe does not respond to uncertainty, it responds to authority. The one who speaks from knowing does not beg for prosperity, but commands it by divine right. When you say, money comes to me in perfect ways, with the feeling of absolute trust, you release a vibration that begins moving through invisible channels, summoning the right people, the right opportunities, and the right timing. Words of fear are the greatest thieves of wealth. Every time you say, I can't afford it, you build a wall between yourself and abundance. Each fearful statement becomes a decree of limitation, shutting the door on divine supply. Fear ties up the energy of manifestation and strangles opportunity before it can reach you. To speak fear is to water the weeds of doubt, and those weeds choke the flowers of faith. The subconscious mind listens to every word and takes it as instruction. When you repeat phrases of worry or lack, your inner self obeys, shaping your outer reality to match those commands. But when faith takes hold, your speech transforms. You no longer speak of what is missing. You speak of what is unfolding. You say, all my needs are met in divine order, and something within you relaxes. You affirm, money flows freely and easily, and suddenly ideas arise, guidance appears, synchronicities occur. Faith-filled speech shifts your entire vibration. It opens doors that fear could never find. It calls forth opportunities that were once invisible. It aligns your words with the law of abundance, and that law cannot fail. To speak with conviction, you must feel the truth of your words. You cannot simply repeat affirmations like empty sounds. They must come alive within you. When you declare, I am rich in mind and manifestation, say it as though the universe were hanging on your words. Say it as though infinite intelligence were waiting for your command. Say it with a smile of certainty, for the divine responds instantly to joyful expectancy. The words you speak in joy are the words that manifest fastest, for joy is the highest vibration of faith. Imagine your words as keys turning locks in the unseen realm. Each phrase of confidence opens a new door, and each word of fear closes one. The language of prosperity is precise. It does not include doubt, hesitation, or complaint. It is bold, clear, and rooted in divine trust. Speak of money as though it were your loyal servant, always returning, always increasing, always moving toward you in perfect rhythm. Say, everything I give returns to me multiplied. I am in the flow of endless supply. These words set powerful causes in motion. It is important to remember that silence, too, is a form of speech. When you refuse to join in conversations of lack, you protect your vibration. When others complain and you remain calm and centered, you affirm abundance through your stillness. You need not correct them. You need only choose not to participate in their limitation. The wise speak prosperity or not at all. Every silence filled with faith is more powerful than 1,000 fearful sentences. Faith-filled words also carry healing energy. They dissolve the inner resistance that blocks your flow of money. When you continually speak truth, I am guided, I am supplied, I am supported by divine substance. You train your subconscious to expect success. This expectation becomes magnetic. People feel it, situations mirror it, and money gravitates toward it. The one who speaks with conviction radiates certainty. That certainty attracts all that is needed. To speak faith in the face of appearances is the highest form of mastery. When circumstances seem dire, when bills pile up, when doors appear closed, that is the moment to affirm prosperity with the greatest strength. Say, though appearances may deceive, divine supply is unfailing. Say it until fear loses its voice. Say it until peace replaces panic. The universe always tests faith before it fulfills it, not as punishment, but as proof of readiness. Those who hold to their words of power, even in darkness, always see the light return. Your words are living forces. Treat them as sacred instruments. Speak only that which you desire to see. Every statement builds a bridge between the unseen and the seen. Fearful speech breaks the bridge, faithful speech strengthens it. The more you affirm abundance, the stronger that bridge becomes until manifestation walks across it as naturally as breath itself. Begin to notice how you speak of money. Catch yourself in moments of complaint or doubt and immediately replace those phrases with truth. Instead of "I never have enough," say "My supply is unlimited." Instead of "Money is hard to make," say "Money flows to me through many perfect channels." Instead of "I'm always behind," say "Divine timing is always on my side." Each correction builds momentum. Soon your entire language shifts, and with it, your reality. The power of speech is divine inheritance. It is the gift that distinguishes creator from creation. Through words, you command form from the formless. You are not powerless. You are powerful beyond measure. Each syllable of faith ripples through the universe, gathering substance to match its vibration. When you learn to speak as one who knows, not hopes, the invisible becomes visible. The moment your speech and your faith harmonize, money begins its journey toward you. It comes not by chance, but by law, the unchanging, unfailing law that gives according to belief. Therefore, speak life into your finances, speak increase into your work, speak success into your day, speak peace into your mind, speak love into your relationship with money. For every word spoken in conviction becomes a decree written in the unseen, and the unseen always fulfills its command. Speak with the voice of faith, and watch as invisible doors swing open, ushering in the prosperity that has been waiting for your words to invite it. There exists a prayer not of begging, but of knowing that aligns your spirit with the infinite river of wealth that flows through the universe. This prayer is not made of mere words, but of vibration, faith, and inner certainty. It is not whispered from desperation, but declared from dominion. It is the silent recognition that abundance is not something external to be grasped, but something internal to be awakened. When one discovers this truth, life changes. For the moment you stop asking and begin knowing, the whole universe rearranges itself to honor that certainty. Most people pray as though they are cut off from their source, pleading to be noticed or heard. They speak to the divine as though it were far away, as though supply were a rare privilege to be earned. But true prayer begins when you understand your oneness with the infinite. You are not a beggar at the gates of heaven. You are the beloved child of an endless source. You do not have to cry for what already belongs to you. All that you seek already exists, waiting in the invisible realm of divine substance. The prayer of knowing simply opens the channel for that invisible supply to manifest in visible form. This prayer is pure alignment. It does not demand, it harmonizes. When you speak it, you are not trying to persuade the universe to bless you. You are remembering that you are already blessed. The moment your words and feelings rise in unity with divine truth, the river of wealth begins to flow in your direction. You become the magnet, not the seeker. The prayer transforms you from the one who asks to the one who commands lovingly, reverently, but firmly, knowing that divine law never fails. You see, the universe is built on laws perfect, exact, unfailing. Just as gravity keeps you anchored to the earth, divine law governs abundance, circulation, and increase. The law has no favorites, no exceptions. It simply responds to consciousness. When you pray in fear, the law mirrors that fear with delay or lack. When you pray in certainty, it mirrors that certainty with supply. That is why begging never works. Begging declares, "I do not have." Faith declares, "It is already mine." The first prayer repels, the second attracts. The prayer of alignment begins with stillness, that sacred silence in which you remember who you are. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel that quiet pulse of life within you. That is the same power that moves planets, creates stars, and brings forth endless abundance. It flows through you now. Feel it as light, as energy, as warmth. Feel it moving through every cell, every thought, every intention. Then, from that awareness, speak your truth. I am one with infinite supply. The river of divine wealth flows through me now. I am open, receptive, and guided. As you repeat these words, feel their reality. See yourself standing in the middle of a golden river, the current of abundance swirling around you, through you, within you. You are not separate from it. You are part of it. The money, the opportunities, the ideas, all of them are part of that same river. It has been flowing since the beginning of time, and it never ceases. The only thing that can stop it from reaching you is the dam of disbelief. But when you pray in knowing, that dam dissolves, the river rushes forth, unstoppable, joyful, and overflowing. The prayer of knowing is powerful because it aligns your feeling with truth. Words alone are not enough. You may repeat affirmations for hours, but if your heart trembles with fear, you are still praying from separation. To truly pray in alignment, you must feel as though your desire is already fulfilled. Feel the peace, the gratitude, the security of abundance already present. Feel the freedom of knowing that divine supply cannot fail. That feeling is faith, and faith is the vibration that moves mountains. This kind of prayer transforms your entire relationship with money. You no longer chase it, manipulate it, or fear it. You understand that money is but one expression of divine substance, always moving, always seeking circulation. It loves movement, it resists stagnation, so you give freely, knowing it will return multiplied. You bless others' success, knowing it expands the flow for all. You see yourself as part of an unbroken chain of giving and receiving, and in that realization, scarcity disappears. When you pray in alignment, you begin to notice small miracles. A payment arrives unexpectedly. An idea flashes in your mind. A door opens where there once was none. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Each is a sign that divine law is responding to your vibration. The more you stay in faith, the more evidence you receive. Gratitude then becomes your constant prayer. Instead of repeating requests, you begin to say, "Thank you. Thank you for the supply that is flowing. Thank you for the ideas that are appearing. Thank you for the money that is circulating." Gratitude is the language of alignment. It keeps the river flowing strong and clear. Some may ask, but what if I do not see results right away? The answer is simple. Keep your consciousness steady. Do not judge the soil by the seed you just planted. Every prayer of faith sets invisible causes into motion, and these causes always bear fruit in divine timing. Doubt digs up the seed, faith waters it. Your work is not to force the manifestation, but to remain aligned with certainty until it comes. The more you practice, the faster the results appear. There is immense peace in this kind of prayer because it ends the struggle. You no longer feel like a servant to circumstance. You realize you are a co-creator with divine intelligence. You know that every right idea, every resource, every dollar that you need already exists within the universal storehouse, waiting for your vibration of readiness. This understanding releases tension, and when tension dissolves, supply flows easily. That is why relaxation and joy are so magnetic. They are signs of trust. When you pray in knowing, your words carry authority. You are no longer pleading for scraps of good fortune. You are calling forth your inheritance. You speak not from doubt but from recognition. You say, "Infinite Spirit, I give thanks that all my needs are met in perfect ways." You do not question, "Will it happen?" Because you understand it already has in the unseen. You are simply waiting for the physical world to catch up with your faith. This prayer is not confined to ritual or religion. It is the universal language of alignment. Anyone can speak it, anytime, anywhere. It requires no ceremony, no struggle, no time limit, only belief. It can be whispered in silence or shouted with joy. Its power lies not in the words, but in the awareness behind them. The one who prays in knowing stands in the center of divine supply and commands with love, "I am abundance, I am peace, I am in the flow of infinite wealth." As this awareness deepens, the outer world transforms naturally. Circumstances rearrange themselves to match your vibration. People are drawn to assist you, ideas arrive at perfect moments, money finds its way with ease. You will begin to notice that life responds to you differently, more harmoniously, more generously. And you will know, not think, not hope, but know that you have touched the secret law that governs wealth. The prayer of knowing is simple but profound. It is the shift from asking to affirming, from hoping to trusting, from waiting to receiving. It is the quiet, unshakable awareness that you are one with infinite substance, and therefore you can never lack. The river of wealth flows endlessly, and when your spirit aligns with it, you become its channel, blessed, provided for, and overflowing with abundance that blesses others as naturally as light radiates from the sun. Money is drawn to certainty. When you speak with the authority of divine truth, your subconscious mind becomes a magnet for opportunity and abundance. The world is filled with people who work tirelessly yet see little progress, not because they lack talent or effort, but because their inner vibration contradicts their outer intention. They desire wealth but doubt its arrival. They affirm prosperity while secretly fearing loss. Their words reach the universe, but their uncertainty distorts the signal. Divine law does not respond to confusion, it responds to clarity. Money, like all energy, gravitates toward the mind that knows, not the one that wishes. Certainty is not arrogance. It is the calm assurance that comes from spiritual alignment. When you know who you are, a divine being, one with infinite intelligence, your speech carries the weight of authority. It is not loud, yet it is powerful, not demanding, yet irresistible. Certainty does not shout, it radiates. The one who speaks from faith does not need to prove anything. Their conviction alone is enough to move unseen forces into motion. When you declare, "All my needs are met in perfect ways," with unwavering belief, your subconscious accepts it as fact, and the outer world begins to reflect that truth. The subconscious mind is the bridge between thought and form. It takes every impression you feed it, whether from fear or faith, and manifests it into reality. It does not argue, reason, or discriminate. It simply obeys. That is why the words you speak with conviction are so powerful. When you speak from fear, your subconscious attracts obstacles. When you speak from confidence, it draws solutions. It is the silent servant of your consciousness, shaping life according to your deepest beliefs. So, when your belief is absolute, your success becomes inevitable. Many people mistake uncertainty for humility. They think saying, "I'm not sure it will happen," makes them modest or realistic, but uncertainty is not humility, it is hesitation. And hesitation blocks flow. The universe cannot fill a vessel that keeps tipping back and forth. When your mind wavers between doubt and faith, the energy of manifestation splits, half building, half destroying. But when you stand firm in the knowing that divine law works with mathematical precision, everything begins to move in your favor. You become a steady magnet, not a flickering signal. Money responds to vibration, not logic. You may plan and calculate, but if your energy radiates fear, all your plans will struggle. Conversely, if your energy radiates faith, even the simplest idea can prosper beyond expectation. Certainty is the vibration of completion, the feeling that what you desire is already done. It tells the universe, "I am ready." That readiness opens unseen paths. The moment you embody it, circumstances begin to shift. People call it coincidence. It is not. It is law. To cultivate this certainty, you must train your mind to recognize the truth of your own power. Speak as one who commands, not as one who pleads. When you say, "I am rich in consciousness, therefore rich in form," feel the truth of those words. Let your voice carry the energy of someone who knows that divine supply never fails. Speak prosperity as naturally as you breathe. The subconscious absorbs repetition infused with emotion. Each time you declare abundance with faith, the impression deepens until it becomes your reality. Certainty does not mean ignoring facts. It means knowing that divine truth overrules appearances. You may look at your bank account and see a small number, but your spirit sees infinite supply. You may face temporary limitation, but you refuse to call it permanent. You affirm, "This is but a shadow of transition, my good is already on its way." That statement of authority dissolves the fear that keeps you chained to the illusion of lack. Facts are temporary, truth is eternal. Certainty anchors you in truth, and truth reshapes facts to match it. The energy of conviction can be felt. When you walk into a room with certainty, people notice. Opportunities gravitate toward you because your energy speaks louder than words. The confident person is magnetic because they embody order in a world of uncertainty. They do not chase, they attract. They do not beg, they bless. They do not grasp, they receive. This is not manipulation, it is harmony with divine law. The universe is drawn to those who reflect its own certainty, for creation itself is founded on order, not confusion. The power of certainty is not built overnight. It grows each time you choose faith over fear, each time you affirm truth in the face of doubt. When you decide, "I will no longer speak of lack," you strengthen your magnetic field. When you say, "Everything I need is already prepared," you align your subconscious with provision. Gradually, your inner voice of fear loses power, and your words gain authority. The law of belief begins to work automatically. Your speech becomes creative, your thoughts constructive, your energy unstoppable. This inner authority is the secret code of prosperity. You do not need to convince the universe of your worth, you need only convince yourself. Once belief settles into your heart, money becomes a natural extension of that certainty. It will appear through channels you could never have predicted: a new idea, a connection, an unexpected opportunity, because certainty sets the law of attraction into motion. Doubt delays, faith accelerates. Imagine yourself as a tuning fork. The clearer your vibration, the faster matching vibrations respond. When you tune your mind to faith, opportunities that match that frequency begin to resonate with you. That is why confident people often seem lucky. They are not lucky, they are aligned. They believe without hesitation, and the universe, hearing that frequency, delivers corresponding experiences. When you declare something with conviction, you send a command to the subconscious: "This is my truth." The subconscious then communicates with infinite intelligence, the creative mind of the universe, to arrange circumstances accordingly. It is as though you are placing an order with divine law, precise, unwavering, and inevitable. If you waver, the order is delayed. But if you hold firm, the delivery is guaranteed. That is why the ancient mystics said, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." The heart, not the lips, is what the universe hears. Certainty also brings peace. You stop worrying about how. Things will happen because you know they must. You trust that every right step will be shown at the perfect time. You stop chasing outcomes and start flowing with inspiration. In that peace, your energy expands and money flows more easily. Certainty and calmness are twins. Anxiety is the offspring of doubt. The more certain you become, the more relaxed you feel, and the more the universe can deliver through you. To live with this authority, practice speaking your prosperity daily, not as ritual, but as realization. Wake each morning and affirm, "I am guided by divine intelligence. Everything I need comes to me in perfect order." Speak it with a smile, as though greeting an old friend. Let the words sink deep into your subconscious until they are no longer affirmations but identity. Soon, your energy will shift permanently from asking to knowing, from hoping to having. Money is drawn to that vibration. It recognizes certainty because certainty mirrors divine law, steady, unchanging, creative. The uncertain person sends mixed signals. The certain one radiates a single frequency of abundance. That frequency calls forth opportunity like a beacon in the dark. Wherever you go, you will find doors opening, people helping, and circumstances aligning. It will appear as though the world conspires in your favor, but in truth, you have simply aligned with the natural order of abundance. When you speak with the authority of divine truth, the universe listens. When you believe without doubt, the law responds without delay. When you know not think, not hope, but know that prosperity is your divine inheritance, you step into the current of unstoppable supply. That knowing transforms your subconscious into a living magnet, drawing to you everything needed for your highest good. And then you understand, money is not the goal, alignment is. For where alignment exists, money must follow, drawn by the certainty of divine truth made manifest through your faith. Money starts chasing you when you know this law, the law that what you deeply feel, believe, and declare as truth must manifest in your world. There comes a moment when you stop running after success, stop begging for blessings, and stop fearing lack. You awaken to the realization that abundance has been waiting for you all along. You are not meant to chase money. You are meant to attract it through alignment with divine order. Chasing implies separation. Attracting implies unity. When you understand this, everything changes. The current of life reverses. No longer are you swimming upstream, exhausted and anxious. You are carried by the current of divine supply that moves easily and endlessly toward you. The first step in this law is the recognition that money is energy not a possession. It responds not to force, but to frequency. When your vibration matches abundance, it comes naturally, as air fills empty space. But when your thoughts are filled with fear, desperation, or resentment, the flow becomes blocked. You might work hard, plan endlessly, and still find yourself struggling, not because the universe is unfair, but because your inner world is out of harmony with divine law. You are trying to attract abundance while radiating scarcity. Money feels that vibration and stays away, but the moment your heart relaxes into faith, money feels welcome again. This law says, what you chase runs, and what you trust comes. If you chase after money, you affirm that you don't have it, and the law must mirror that belief. The outer world reflects the inner one. But when you rest in certainty, when you affirm, money comes to me freely, frequently, and effortlessly, your vibration declares possession, and the universe fulfills that truth. You cease to act as a beggar of blessings and become a commander of divine law. There is divine intelligence guiding everything in your life, every opportunity, every connection, every idea. When you tune into that guidance, you become synchronized with the rhythm of supply. The person who knows this law never worries about where money will come from, because they know it must come. They live in the assurance that divine supply cannot fail, for they are part of that infinite source. They understand that worry is wasted imagination, faith misused, and so they redirect that energy toward trust, toward gratitude, toward confident expectation. Imagine the difference between two people. One wakes up thinking, I hope I can make enough today. Their vibration is fear, their mind is tense, their speech uncertain. Every opportunity seems just out of reach. The other wakes up declaring, I am divinely supplied. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. They walk with calm confidence, not because they have the money yet, but because they know gets on the way. They carry the energy of assurance, and that energy opens doors the fearful person cannot even see. Money responds to order. When your thoughts, emotions, and words are in alignment with truth, divine order begins to operate in your life. The law does not recognize confusion, it recognizes clarity. When you say, I am prosperous, but in your heart you fear tomorrow, your signal to the universe is mixed. But when you speak prosperity and feel it is already yours, divine law has a clear blueprint to manifest. You no longer need to chase opportunity. Opportunity starts chasing you. Clients, ideas, and people begin to appear, drawn by the invisible magnetism of your faith. The law of attraction is not just mental, it is spiritual. It works through the vibration of knowing, not hoping. The moment you act from the belief that you already possess the supply you desire, you activate this law. You might not see immediate results, but do not mistake delay for denial. Seeds germinate silently before they bloom visibly. Keep your vibration steady, keep your speech firm. Say daily, I live in a world of lavish abundance. Everything I need and desire comes to me in perfect time. These words, spoken with conviction, impress the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind, being creative, brings them to life. To stop chasing money, you must stop identifying with lack. The one who sees themselves as poor, unworthy, or struggling cannot attract abundance because their identity and desire are in conflict. You must change your inner self concept before the outer world can change. See yourself as prosperous, guided, blessed, and favored. Feel that identity deeply. Walk as one who already possesses wealth, even before it appears in the bank. Speak with the calm assurance of divine partnership. When you do, money begins to find you. It comes through intuition, an inspired idea, a sudden insight, a meeting that leads to opportunity. The channels vary, but the source is always divine. You cannot trick the universe with words. It responds to vibration. You may say affirmations daily, but if your heart still fears, the signal remains weak. That is why gratitude is so powerful. It transforms fear into faith. Each time you give thanks for what you already have, you shift from lack to abundance. Gratitude says, I trust that more is coming. It strengthens your vibration, making you magnetic to wealth. Say aloud, thank you, Divine Spirit, for the overflowing good that constantly finds me. Feel it, mean it, and watch how quickly life rearranges itself to match that frequency. Money loves clarity, peace, and purpose. When you live with purpose and peace, money flows toward you as a natural companion. It seeks those who use it wisely, joyfully, and with love. It avoids those who fear it or misuse it. The moment you stop chasing money and start aligning with your higher calling, money begins to follow you, eager to serve your divine purpose. You don't work for money anymore, money works for you. You don't seek wealth for security, your faith becomes your security, and wealth becomes the reflection of that trust. When you know this law, life becomes effortless. You stop pushing and start allowing. You stop worrying about how and start trusting when. The universe moves faster when you stop resisting. When you release the need to chase, you declare, I am one with divine supply. I am guided, supported, and prospered in all that I do. That declaration shifts your vibration permanently. You begin to live from peace, not panic. You become magnetic to money because your energy matches abundance itself. And so, the law reveals its final truth. Money is not something you run after, it is something you radiate toward. You are not the seeker of supply. You are the expression of it. Once you realize this, you step into the effortless current of divine abundance, and life begins to unfold with grace. Money finds you because you have found alignment. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer ask, you declare. And through that knowing, the floodgates of prosperity open wide, pouring endless good into every area of your life. There are words that hold power far beyond ordinary speech, words that awaken divine forces, words that open invisible doors, words that carry the vibration of prosperity itself. These are not mere phrases. They are keys that unlock the spiritual laws governing abundance. When spoken with faith, they act as commands to the subconscious mind and invitations to the universe. Money, opportunities, and blessings respond to these words because they are spoken from the consciousness of truth. They are the magic words that attract money instantly, not by manipulating outer conditions, but by transforming inner vibration. Every word you speak plants a seed in the garden of your subconscious. The soil of that mind is fertile. It will grow whatever is planted, whether fear or faith, lack or abundance. Most people speak carelessly, unaware that their words are creative forces. They say, I can't afford this, and wonder why lack persists. They declare, money is hard to earn, and experience exactly that. Words become patterns, and patterns become reality. The magic lies not in complicated rituals, but in conscious speech aligned with divine truth. When you replace words of limitation with words of abundance, your life begins to reflect that new frequency. To attract money instantly, you must speak from the consciousness of having, not from the consciousness of wanting. The universe does not respond to begging. It responds to belief. Say, I am rich in mind, therefore rich in manifestation. Feel the truth of those words. Say, money flows to me in perfect and unexpected ways. Speak it with joy, not strain. Feel as though you are already standing in the overflow. When your words and feelings unite in faith, they form a magnetic vibration that draws matching circumstances. What you affirm with power becomes inevitable, for divine law always fulfills words spoken in truth. There is a sacred power in repetition. The more you affirm abundance, the deeper the impression becomes upon your subconscious mind. But repetition alone is not enough. The emotion behind it gives life to the words. 1,000 mechanical affirmations cannot equal one declaration made in radiant faith. Say your words as though you were proclaiming eternal truth. Feel divine energy rising within you as you speak. Declare, divine substance is pouring into my life now. I am surrounded by prosperity. Money comes to me easily and constantly. Speak it aloud until every cell in your body vibrates with that knowing. The words are not magic in themselves, you are the magic, and the words awaken your creative power. Money moves on the vibration of joy, gratitude, and certainty. That is why your words must carry lightness, not desperation. When you speak of abundance with tension, you affirm lack. When you speak with calm confidence, you affirm possession. The secret is to let your words dance with faith. Smile as you affirm. Rejoice as though your good has already arrived, because in truth, it has only waiting for your consciousness to claim it. The unseen realm always precedes the seen. The moment you affirm I have, the law begins to rearrange circumstances to make it so. The magic words also require silence after their declaration. Once spoken, release them. Do not contradict them with worry or doubt. You would not plant a seed and then dig it up each day to check its progress. You trust the process. Likewise, speak your prosperity words, then walk in peace. Expect their manifestation without anxiety. The law of creation works in stillness. When you trust, you allow divine intelligence to work through unseen channels to deliver your good. The impatient mind delays what faith could have made instant. Another powerful phrase that unlocks prosperity is this: everything I touch prospers and succeeds. When you declare that, you are aligning your vibration with divine success. You are programming your subconscious to expect positive outcomes. Opportunities that others overlook become visible to you because your consciousness is tuned to abundance. You begin to attract people, ideas, and circumstances that match your declaration. Say it often: everything I touch prospers and succeeds. Divine favor surrounds me. Money and success flow through me like a river of light. These words reshape your inner reality until the outer must conform. Faith-charged speech has the power to transform even difficult situations. You might look at your finances and see limitation, but your words of truth override appearances. Say, this is only temporary. Divine abundance is unfolding now. Refuse to describe your situation by what you see. Describe it by what you know in spirit. Words spoken in faith change energy faster than any action rooted in fear. Each declaration reorders your subconscious pattern, shifting you from scarcity to overflow. The moment your inner vibration changes, money begins to flow again. Some may say, can words really bring money? Yes, because words change you, and you are the channel through which abundance flows. Money comes through people, ideas, inspiration, and actions, all born from your inner state. When your consciousness is saturated with prosperity, your mind becomes alert to opportunities, your intuition sharpens, and your confidence radiates. You make wiser choices, attract helpful allies, and repel negativity. What seems like luck is simply the natural result of your new vibration. The magic words don't summon money out of no. where they summon the power within you that magnetizes it. The greatest magic words are not complicated. They are simple truths spoken with unwavering faith. Say, I am the child of infinite abundance. All that is mine by divine right now appears. Or divine supply flows freely into my life. Money comes in miraculous ways. Or I am open and ready to receive overflowing prosperity. Each statement reaffirms your divine inheritance and dissolves subconscious resistance. When you speak them daily, feeling their truth, your vibration grows stronger until the results must appear. And then you realize it was never about chasing money, it was about awakening your divine authority. The magic was never in the words themselves, but in the power behind them, the power of belief, gratitude, and alignment. When you speak from that energy, money has no choice but to respond. It comes swiftly, smoothly, joyfully. You begin to live in a rhythm of effortless attraction, where prosperity flows like breath, natural, constant, and infinite. The words become living energy, the vibration of abundance itself, and you, the speaker, become the open channel through which the floodgates of divine wealth pour endlessly. The mind is the workshop of creation. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold is shaping the world you live in. If you want to change your outer life, your finances, your opportunities, your success, you must begin with your inner speech. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It will grow anything planted in it, whether weeds of worry or seeds of abundance. When you reprogram your mind for money, you are not trying to get rich. You are remembering that wealth already exists within you, waiting to be expressed. The outer world is simply a reflection of the beliefs rooted deep within your consciousness. The subconscious mind does not argue or question. It simply takes orders from the conscious mind and carries them out faithfully. If you constantly say, I never have enough, or money slips away from me, the subconscious says as you wish, and ensures that life mirrors those thoughts. But if you declare, I am surrounded by abundance, money flows to me freely and easily, your subconscious begins to reorganize your vibration and behavior to make that your truth. The subconscious mind is the silent power behind every experience, and it is always listening. To reprogram it for wealth, you must speak to it in the language it understands. Repetition, emotion, and imagery. Words alone are not enough. They must be soaked in belief and feeling. The subconscious does not respond to logic, it responds to conviction. If you say, I am prosperous, but deep inside you feel fearful, the old programming remains dominant. But if you declare it with faith asterisk, feeling asterisk, the joy, the gratitude, the certainty of abundance, the new belief begins to take root. Emotion is the electric current that activates creation. When your affirmations are charged with feeling, they become irresistible commands to your subconscious. Every night before sleep, when your conscious mind relaxes, your subconscious becomes receptive. This is the sacred moment to impress new truth upon it. Lie still and declare silently, I am rich in consciousness. Divine supply flows through me now. I see money coming to me from every direction. Visualize yourself surrounded by light, the golden energy of prosperity. Feel it moving through you, filling every area of your life with ease and comfort. Do not force the image, simply dwell in it with joy. The subconscious loves imagery and will take that picture as instruction, working day and night to manifest it in physical form. To truly reprogram your mind, you must also become vigilant about the words you allow to pass your lips. The subconscious does not distinguish between a joke and a declaration. Every word carries vibration. If you say, I'm broke, even playfully, the subconscious records it as truth. Speak only words that affirm abundance. Say, money is my friend. It loves to be with me. I always have more than enough. Speak them often and with pleasure. Your words are not mere sound, they are creative energy shaping your tomorrow. Another key is forgiveness, releasing old emotional blocks that prevent wealth from flowing. Resentment, envy, or guilt hold the subconscious in low vibration. When you forgive, you free yourself. Say, I release the past. I now allow wealth to flow through me without resistance. The moment you do, your subconscious begins to open again to divine supply. Money is energy, and energy flows through clear channels. Forgiveness clears the channel, gratitude expands it, faith sustains it. Together, they transform your inner state into a magnet for prosperity. Reprogramming your mind for money also means training it to expect good. The subconscious thrives on expectation. What you habitually expect becomes your reality. If you expect struggle, you will meet struggle. If you expect blessings, you will meet blessings. Begin your day with the expectation of prosperity. Say, wonderful things are happening for me today. Money and success are drawn to me like a magnet. Hold that thought throughout the day. Even when appearances seem contrary, persist in your new belief. The subconscious does not care about appearances. It obeys persistence. In time, reality reshapes itself to match your inner conviction. One of the most powerful tools for subconscious transformation is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your vibration instantly from lack to abundance. When you give thanks for what you already have, you affirm that you live in a world of plenty. The subconscious receives that signal and begins to attract more to match it. Each morning, say aloud, "Thank you for the abundance that flows into my life. Thank you for the money that comes in expected and unexpected ways." Feel the joy of appreciation. Gratitude is the key that unlocks every gate to prosperity because it aligns your heart with divine order. When you live with a reprogrammed mind, you begin to move differently in the world. Opportunities that others overlook become visible to you. You sense inspiration at the right time, meet the right people, and make the right decisions, all guided by the wisdom of your subconscious, now attuned to wealth. Money ceases to be something you chase. It becomes something you magnetize naturally. You no longer think of earning as struggle. You see it as flow. You are in harmony with the law of increase, the divine principle that all good is ever expanding when you align with it. Reprogramming the subconscious for money is not about greed, it is about harmony. You are aligning with the natural rhythm of abundance that already governs the universe. There is no shortage in divine mind, only in human belief. When your inner belief aligns with infinite supply, life rushes to meet you with blessings. You attract not only wealth, but peace, confidence, and joy. The true richness is consciousness itself, and once your consciousness is rich, the outer world must mirror it. So, speak abundance, feel it, visualize it, and expect it. Let every thought affirm that divine supply is your birthright. Each time you affirm prosperity with love and conviction, you rewrite the script your subconscious lives by, and soon, what once seemed miraculous becomes natural. Money flows freely, opportunities unfold gracefully, and you realize it was never the world that had to change. It was your mind that needed to remember its power. For when the mind believes in abundance, the world can only echo that belief endlessly, faithfully, and beautifully. There is a great secret hidden in plain sight, a truth that can transform struggle into ease, scarcity into overflow, and fear into peace. The secret is this: you are not meant to chase money. You are meant to let money chase you. When you live in harmony with divine law, you become a magnetic force of prosperity. The very energy of abundance begins to flow toward you, pulled by your vibration of faith, gratitude, and certainty. The moment you stop grasping, forcing, or begging, and instead trust that you are one with infinite supply, money begins to seek you out as naturally as rivers seek the sea. The one who chases money lives in anxiety, believing wealth is outside themselves, something to hunt down, capture, or earn through endless struggle. But the one who lets money chase them understands that abundance is not something you acquire. It is something you align with. Divine law never withholds, it only responds. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with abundance, you vibrate at the same frequency as prosperity. Money must come, for the universe cannot contradict the vibration of divine truth. You become the center of attraction, and money becomes the effect drawn irresistibly to your calm, confident energy. To let money chase you, you must first understand that prosperity is not random, it is law. The law of prosperity is as exact as the law of gravity. It states that whatever you radiate, you attract. Radiate fear, and you repel wealth. Radiate gratitude and assurance, and you draw it near. You cannot hide your vibration. It speaks louder than your words. If you secretly fear lack while affirming abundance, your vibration reveals the truth. But when your faith and feeling unite in certainty, when your inner and outer speech are one, your entire being becomes a signal that calls forth abundance from every direction. Most people work themselves into exhaustion chasing success because they believe money comes through effort alone. But divine law works differently. Money flows to ideas, to inspiration, to energy. When your mind is calm and aligned, you receive divine ideas, flashes of intuition, opportunities, guidance. These are the channels through which money flows. The harder you chase, the more you block those channels, because fear tightens the mind and closes the heart. But when you relax in faith and gratitude, divine intelligence has room to move. The inspiration that leads to wealth cannot enter a mind filled with tension. It enters through peace. Letting money chase you begins with changing your self-image. You must see yourself as the source of value, not the seeker of it. The one who sees themselves as poor or struggling sends that vibration to the world, and life mirrors it. But the one who knows, I am rich in consciousness, therefore rich in form, commands the energy of abundance effortlessly. Money chases those who radiate worthiness, who carry themselves with quiet assurance that supply is their divine right. When you know your worth, the world knows it too. The law cannot do otherwise, it must reflect your belief. Every time you worry about bills, you affirm lack. Every time you affirm gratitude for what you already have, you magnetize more. Gratitude is the great magnet of prosperity. It turns your focus from what's missing to what's flowing, and the universe amplifies whatever you focus on. Begin each morning by saying, I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected channels. Feel that gratitude deeply. Gratitude transforms chasing into receiving, struggle into ease, and expectation into manifestation. It lifts your vibration to match the frequency where money already exists. To let money chase you, speak words of authority. Say, divine substance flows to me now. I am open and ready to receive my good. Speak them not as a plea, but as a decree. You are not asking for what's yours, you are claiming it. The words of faith carry power because they come from the recognition of your oneness with divine supply. When you declare truth with conviction, your subconscious accepts it, and the law moves instantly to fulfill it. The delay never lies in divine order, it lies only in human doubt. But once faith becomes unshakable, manifestation becomes inevitable. Do not confuse stillness with passivity. Allowing money to chase you does not mean doing nothing, it means doing only what is inspired. The right action will feel joyful, light, and purposeful. It will flow naturally, not forced. Divine guidance always leads to success, for it comes from wisdom beyond reason. Trust your intuition, that quiet nudge, that sudden idea, that inspired thought. When you act from inspiration, you move with divine timing, and the results unfold beautifully. You are no longer the doer, you are the channel through which prosperity expresses itself. Money is energy, and energy follows attention. When you stop fixating on lack, you stop feeding it. When you fix your attention on abundance, you expand it. This is the law of growth. Whatever you think about with emotion, you attract more of. So think abundance, feel abundance, speak abundance, and abundance must appear. Say often, I am surrounded by wealth. Opportunities seek me. Prosperity flows through me effortlessly. The repetition of truth gradually erases old fear patterns until your subconscious mind knows only one reality: abundance. At that point, you no longer wonder when money will come. You simply expect it, and it does. Money chases those who love what they do. When you work with joy, passion, and purpose, your vibration becomes irresistible. People feel your energy, and the world rewards you accordingly. The one who works only for money feels drained because they are disconnected from divine flow. But the one who works from inspiration feels replenished because they are giving from abundance. Paradoxically, when you stop needing money so desperately and instead give your best with love, money flows to you faster than ever before. It chases value, joy, and purpose, and those qualities live within you. When you finally understand this law, peace replaces panic. You no longer hustle out of fear. You move with grace. You no longer worry about competition. You know that divine supply is infinite. You no longer question your worthiness. You know that prosperity is your inheritance. And as you live in that truth, money begins to find you everywhere through opportunities, relationships, unexpected blessings. It comes easily, naturally, joyfully. The great reversal has happened. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting. You are no longer seeking, you are allowing. The vibration of peace has replaced the vibration of pursuit, and in that peace, everything you ever desired begins to move toward you with divine precision. For when you live according to the law of prosperity, money cannot help but chase you because it recognizes in you the frequency of its own divine origin. There is a sacred moment when every seeker of abundance comes face to face with their greatest test, the test of trust. It is in this moment that appearances scream lack, that bills pile up, that doors seem to close, and the mind begins to doubt the flow of divine supply. Yet it is also in this very moment that the greatest miracle is born. For when everything seems to crumble, and you still dare to trust when you look lack in the face and say, even now I am provided for. You activate a divine force that multiplies your blessings beyond measure. Trust is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between prayer and manifestation. Many people pray for money, but few truly trust. They pray and then immediately begin to worry, canceling out their prayer with fear. True trust means releasing control and knowing that the universe, in its perfect timing, cannot fail. It means letting go of how, when, and through whom the supply will appear. It means resting in the unshakable knowing that abundance is already yours. When you trust, you enter alignment. When you doubt, you step out of flow, and every manifestation depends on alignment, not effort, not struggle, but inner certainty. Divine law does not respond to panic. It responds to peace. Worrying about how money will come is like standing in front of a locked door while holding the key in your hand, refusing to use it. The key is faith. When you use it, when you trust without wavering, the door opens effortlessly. Trust is not something you feel only when everything looks right. It's something you practice especially when nothing looks right. The moment you choose trust over fear, the unseen forces of abundance beg